For music artists and creators, the digital world offers a platform to share their talent, connect with audience and build their careers. But behind the filters and followers lies an unseen burden. The constant pressure of trying to stay relevant, curate the perfect image and meet expectations of an always online audience.
The thing is that if you've got someone on social media, everyone's got everyone, but you don't know people. You don't know people. So all it takes is that if I didn't know you, and someone says, "Oh, that person's horrible," you've already got that idea before you're even meeting them that they're horrible.
This documentary dives into the culture shaping our lives today. Through the eyes of rising rap artists and radio DJ Kawazaki and insights from other leading experts, we will explore the hidden toll of online pressure and ways to protect mental health in an always connected world.
I'm pretty sure somebody watching this right now that can rap way better than me. But nobody ain't seen them, so it don't matter. This is how it is these days, man. No matter who the best, it matters who the most popular. There's a million artists in this world, and I can probably only name like 50 to 100.
Being an artist in today's world means more than just creating music. It's about branding, connecting with fans, and keeping up with the relentless pace of the digital age. But at what cost? The pressure to stay online and maintain a flawless image can take its toll on even the most grounded individuals. In our first interview, we sit down with Kawazaki, a rising rapper and radio DJ based in Preston, the UK. Kawa has not only made a name for himself in music, but also balances a creative passion with the demands of his academia studies for his master's degree, being a father, and overall life in itself in this digital world. Well, thank you for joining me on this. Right. You should be here anyway. Yeah. You're juggling quite a few roles from being an artist, a DJ, a student, and a father. How are you maintaining all this balance?
It's a struggle, but you don't put the pressure on yourself, and at the end of the day, sometimes the lucky thing is that the music is passion, so it doesn't feel like I'm working half the time. It just sort of happens, but it is difficult to manage the time. My organisation is really bad, so I do struggle, but it's it's one of them where practice makes perfect, and just get where you can with it.
So we know social media is a big part of the modern music industry.
Yeah.
It can also bring mental health challenges.
Yeah.
How do you manage the mental strain of engaging with your audience online while maintaining your own mental well-being?
I try not to compare myself to anyone or anything, only myself. So when I put something on social media, it's more for me to look back on in a year's time or something like that, and see where I'm at now compared to then. It's one of them where social media can. The thing is that if you've got someone on social media, everyone's got everyone, but you don't know people. You don't know people. So all it takes is if I didn't know you, and someone says, "Oh, that person's horrible," you've already got that idea before you're even meeting them that they're horrible.
Balancing life and social media is a challenge for many artists. As we heard, finding the balance is crucial for mental health. Social media can be a powerful tool for connection and growth, but it's opportunity to use it wisely. These artists highlight the positive aspects of being online, showing that the right approach can be beneficial. However, the pressure to stay visible can take a toll, especially in those navigating the space alone. Managing this pressure involves seeking support, setting boundaries, prioritizing self-care, and it's about thriving in the digital world without comparison or compromising our well-being.
I don't want to be a part of this cloud of negativity. If you look at where Central C is at the moment and his global appeal. He's been forward thinking in all the moves that he's been making. Now you got Pot Paper, who is evolving as an artist and a label boss. So yeah, it's the greatest time ever. Music is now competing with everything. It's just something on a list of other things that get consumed. So people's attention span's way shorter than what it used to be.
Has the feedback you receive, both positive and negative, ever influenced your creative process?
Yeah, the negative helps push me on, and the positive's good. But to be honest with you, the positive for a long time was from the academic side, not so much peers. But you know, it's one of them where when I first started it, I didn't have anyone who liked listening to music and stuff. So now at least having a couple of people, you know, my son's my biggest fan, and that's literally the most important thing to me. Like, there's people out here trying to be the best rapper. I'm just trying to be the best dad.
Video consumption isn't as high as it once was as well. As a musician, it's like you're battling for engagement. It used to be survival of the talented. Now it's survival of the talented genius. Because now you need an element of genius in the music, in the rollout, in the visual to keep people engaged. You know what I mean? You're literally in the carnival trying to have a conversation with somebody, but there's a million other people trying to talk to them. So it's like, why are they going to stop and listen to what you have to say? It's like, command my attention.
In the digital age, artists face immense pressure to command attention online. The need to constantly produce engaging content can be overwhelming. Social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok demand frequent updates, which can lead to burnout and stress. The competition for visibility is fierce. Artists must not only create, but also market themselves effectively. This constant need for engagement can detract from their creative process and lead to mental health challenges. The fear of disappointing fans and the pressure to meet expectations can be daunting. While it can open doors and opportunities, it can also bring and set its own challenges.
I feel I struggle with imposter syndrome, so, and I know a lot of artists do. So I think that's the main struggle when it comes to stuff on social media. You think that you're having to keep up an image, but the thing is that image can get tainted anyway by people who don't even know you. Everyone's getting like caring about opinions of people who've never met them. You want to just care about the opinions of the people who actually know you. And that's where social media is a bit of a problem, because it's like I've got 1,000 friends on Facebook, and I might talk to a good lot of them. I don't know them all, you know, and they don't know me. They just know what they see, and that's an issue, I think. But it's one of them. It's a double-sided blade, because at the same time you've also got a lot of people who can see you nowadays with social media.
If you see a song has 30,000 streams in 24 hours, and you don't deem that as a success, your perception of that song has been altered, has been changed by what you saw, not what you heard.
It's crucial for artists to find and seek the balance and support and prioritise themselves and their well-being. By doing so, they can navigate the digital media and landscape with less compromising of their mental health. Have you ever taken time away to manage mental health?
The thing is that writing my music has put me into bad mental health states sometimes, because you've got to put yourself in that frame of mind. But I've helped. So, for example, I did a song called Therapy that literally put me into a breakdown, and I had to go back on my medication afterwards and stuff. But you know, I got through that and I got over it, and it's made me a better person. I don't know whether that really answered the question properly, but
it kind of. What advice would you give to aspiring artists that are struggling with the pressures online, and kind of, I feel like your laid back approach that you've got with online, what advice would you give to artists that are feeling the opposite, that are going through struggles and trying to maintain a presence? And
get it wrong. Get it wrong, because if you can only really learn from getting things wrong, making mistakes. If you get it right first time, then you're not gonna improve yourself from it. I'd say get it wrong. Trust your heart. Listen to constructive criticism, but if it's not informed constructive criticism, then what's the point?
Gets it at one time that man are listening with their eyes and not their ears. The record labels are meant to be focused on sales. Do you know what I mean? Not the public.
Let's get over this bullshit. Let's focus on the greatness. Let's help them through the next wave of artists. And once the great artist connects and they've got the right team behind them, they go clear. And that's what it boils down to. That's all it is.
if you could give one message to your followers and fellow musicians about the importance of mental health in today's digital age, what could it be?
I was okay last week. This week's like it never went away. Sometimes feeling seasick, riding on this wave, putting the pen into the page. If I ever set sail, would I prevail, fail, looking for change, get caged? I hate the fact that I really hate my brain. No, I hate the fact that I really love my brain. You know, there's some lyrics from a song called Do You Mind? And it's, you'll always, when you're in a bad time, you feel like you're always in that bad time, but you're not always in that bad time. You need to realise that it's a wave, and there are ups and downs, and you need to have the downs to have the ups. You need to have the ups without the downs.
You can't rap it.
Our documentary has explored the pressures faced by creatives in the digital age. From the relentless pursuit of online validation to the constant scrutiny of public opinion. Now we turn our attention to the darker side of online fame. Joining us is CJ, a rising star in the rap scene who has experienced firsthand the toxicity of online abuse. CJ candidly addresses the challenges he faces as a young artist and the impact of social media on his mental well-being, and his strategies for maintaining the authenticity in the hyper-competitive and often hostile online environment.
How do I cope with personal attacks? To be fair with you, bro, they don't really bother me. I mean, they do to an extent where I'll reply to them, I'll make content based on around it, but like mental health wise and stuff like that, when I first started I thought, oh fuck, I'm getting bullied here, but now, like a few years down the line, I just use it to like my own game. To be fair with you, there's no point getting upset by strangers and stuff, is there? So I do feel Instagram and Facebook should do more, because as you know yourself, I've been banned twice on when my account got to 10k. That's because I replied back to someone who called me a knobhead. I don't really have a support system, to be fair with you. When obviously I go through comments or I get personal attacks like on meme pages and stuff like that, I just laugh it off now. How do I stay mentally strong? Well, to be fair with you, I do the gym a lot and I write music a lot, so I just try and block out like the real world. I know it sounds like weird and all that, but I'm not really in tune with the real world anymore. Like, I don't watch the news anymore because every time I watch it, it's just bad. I don't really feel pressure to stay like professional, and like I don't really get overwhelmed online, because as you've seen on my own content, I just take the piss out of the people. Not like that my music's like a joke, because I take it very serious, but when someone leaves a bad comment, as you've seen yourself, I'll reply to the comments, I'll make a video on the comments, I'll just mock them instead of like sitting there letting it get the press team. Dealing with stuff in public and online, to be fair with you, in public I don't really get anything. I've had one issue where someone come up to me in the gym, I had the headphones in. On the video you can clearly tell I was just in my own little zone, and he's like, yo CJ, I love your music and that, bro. Took my headphones off and like, oh nice one lad, sputtered them. All that, put my headphones back on, started doing my stuff. He walked away and went, you pussy, and I was like fucking miles away. So on the video when I got home, it was viral online. I thought, what the actual fuck, why did he wait me to put my headphones on and then walk away like fucking miles away? But that was the only like bad encounter I've ever had. Normally I just get people asking me like pictures. My advice to other artists, to be fair, I'm not that big myself to be dishing out advice, but if I could give advice, just do what you want. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no point sitting there thinking, oh, what are they gonna think, or what are they gonna say, oh, my mate's gonna like me anymore. I've lost so many friends and just stuff like that, family members who were embarrassed of me because I make music, but at the end of the day, now they're all starting to come back because my platform's like starting to get bigger and bigger. But just do yourself, honestly, man. Social media wise, just post and post and post and post and post. Don't delete nothing. And if you want to make a funny video of you, like, I don't know, fucking dancing in the street, doing awkward dances like I do it, because it goes viral. People send it to their mates, and they'll send it to their mates now, and then you go viral. And when you remember, your sound's connected to that video, so you'll get your royalties off it, and you'll get the attention. It just sticks in people's head. That's all you want them to do. It's like an earware. You want it to just keep going on in people's ears, but just keep creating eye-catchy content that will trigger people. That's my advice, because look, at the end of the day, there's about like 500,000 artists on Instagram alone. That's just without like creators. With creators, there's like 3 billion views on Instagram, 500,000 are artists, so you're competing with a lot of people, so you've got to do something to stand out.
The pressures of creative work, particularly in the music UK industry, are more intense than ever before. From balancing personal responsibilities to maintaining an ever-growing digital presence, the toll it takes on mental health and those in the industry is undeniable. Whether you're an artist, a videographer, or behind-the-scenes creator, the grind is relentless, and often mental well-being gets pushed aside in favour of success. Today, we heard the stories of people living on the edge, fighting against the burnout and pressure. We've explored the theories that explain the forces at play, like the psychological impact of social media and the constant need for visibility. In many ways, the line between personal and professional pressure is becoming increasingly blurred. We've seen how social media metrics and the fear of fading into obscurity affect mental health of artists, videographers, and all-round content creators. But there's one person in the documentary who has not only lived through these pressures, but has become a vital part of the music scene. He's one of the most consistent and influential videographers in the game, Tom Murphy, the creator behind TMTV. In his journey, Tom exemplifies the highs, lows of balancing a successful YouTube TV channel while also balancing mental well-being. Since launching TMTV in 2018, Tom has been instrumental in documenting the journeys of hundreds of emerging artists. His channel has racked up over 6.7 million views and has 19.5 thousand subscribers, making him the cornerstone of a videographer and a channel for the rap culture in the northwest of the UK. But his rise to success wasn't without its challenges. So we're going to sit down with Tom and see what Tom has to say about his journey on the way. Alright, so since starting TMTV in 2018, you've maintained an incredible consistency without major breaks. How has that constant grind affected your mental health, and have you ever felt a need to pause or reset?
Yeah, sometimes, but my mental health's alright. All you've got to do is just not let things like get to your head, and just like learn to rise above things and that, and see the bigger picture, and yeah, you should be okay. It's easy to get swayed with views, and I'll be lying if I said it doesn't motivate me a little bit, but it's all about building a platform for everyone, and numbers don't mean like the most, but obviously they do to the public, and that's the perception. Like if you see something that's like 100 subscribers or like thousands, you're gonna look at the thousands one first, isn't it?
Thought that being a mate with Luna would get me a really decent opponent. Instead I got a moped thief who starts on kids who can actually fold them. Man can't chat about you, no man. I got proof that you don't know them. Man had to pay Don Dino just for the feature, you fucking little rodent. Do not make me release him. Cracky Chan don't want the smoke, I'm not one to choke, man, I'll smack your nan. And if Mumsy gets involved, I'll hit her with this. Jackie Pan, talking if Mumsy, what did you do?
Around the place, has there ever been any situations with anyone else that has affected the potential growth of your channel and your journey?
Yeah. There's been quite a few, but each one in their own way has helped me grow. I'm going out to deal with people like that who've done different things. You know what I mean?
More the way up to Haitian, and I got a 4-page statement off your mate. Do not make me release them. Cracky Chan don't want the smoke, I'm not one to choke, man, I'll smack your nan. And if Mumsy gets involved, I'll hit her with this Jackie Pan. Talking if Mumsy, what did you do? My man actually jacked his mum. He took money from the family business, he sniffed it all out of packs and ran. Okay, for the next one, people, this one's gonna be really eventful. There's a YouTube video, mate, of little T kicking you right in the temple.
What we've learned today from the conversations with Tom and other creators like Zack, thoroughly looking through our research, is that mental health struggles are not isolated. They are systematically in the creative industry. The creative pressures can trigger burnout, leading to feelings and exhaustion. This in the long term, as we discussed, will only lead to inefficiency in your creative process.
Friend, sorry I got nicked and it won't happen again. I don't suppose that you could help me with the tenner, cause I owe a double bubble from the back of your vent. I'm only here because I'm gonna get a gaff. I need to cut the habit, I was sat in the tent. I hope you get this message, I've been going education. I hope they're gonna put me on a tag and then probation. Couple guys are trying to bully me and I can't take them. They've been coming back to haunt me like the dragon I've been chasing. Think you need to listen cause nobody is listening. I'll probably get a roll up if I tell them all the shit I'm in. I don't like my pad mate, I'm really sick of him. I'm gonna go gym because I don't possess a vitamin. Mum, you gotta hit me back as soon as you can. Everybody's picking on me as soon as I land. The guy in the pad opposite is moving to man. If only you could see what they've been doing to Dan. I had to pick the soap up on a couple of occasions, and the inside of the butt cheeks are covered in abrasions. I had to go to chapel, give them some liaisons. I'm getting good at that because I was giving out the statements. Yeah, I took the money, Mum. I was on the run. I hope you didn't mean it when I said it wasn't his son.